Sharp with Catamaran Central, and today I'm going to take you for a video walkthrough on board Liquid Sky. She is a 2024 Fountaine Pajot Alegria 67 with a galley down arrangement. Let's go ahead and jump aboard. Okay, we're going to begin today's tour here on the starboard sugar scoop. First thing I want to point out is I love that they added the step there on the transom. In a lot of these boats, it's so hard getting on and off in different docking situations. So a small detail item like that is really, really nice. Over here on the starboard side, we also have the dive or swim ladder. And you can see they've got pretty much every water toy you could ever want for a yacht charter on board Liquid Zen. Before we kind of walk around the deck, check out the cockpit, I'm just going to point out the solar, which it's really nice seeing solar implemented in a charter boat. It's not the most common thing, but it's becoming more and more common. So we're going to make our way around the starboard weather deck and then back into the cockpit and eventually make our way to the interior of the boat. So you can see on the Alegria 67, it's very wide weather decks coming up forward. It's a split trampoline with a composite longeron and all powered furlers for the Code Zero, the Genoa, as well as the stay sail. And you can see that they've got the teak decking or simulated teak decking forward. We've got a hot tub, as well as just a really well laid out forward cockpit. And through that deck hatch, you have access to the owner's stateroom as well. And a very, very nice sunshade for this forward cockpit. We're gonna continue our way around to this port bow and then make our way back to the cockpit. Just give you guys a quick pano through the space. You'll see they've also upgraded the anchor to very, very nice. I think that's a Mantis. I can't quite tell though entirely. So looking up to the flybridge and the rig, you'll see it's a standard 2 spreader rig, like you'll find on all of the Alegrias, as well as a traditional mainsail in lieu of a square top main. Making our way down the port weather deck, you'll see all of the deck hatches are flush mounted. Through here, we've got one of the 2 mechanical spaces. This boat is equipped with Yanmar diesels, as well as Onan generators. Take one more look here on the transom. I love this area in general on the Alegrias that you can walk behind the cockpit. I think it just gives you really good access to the tender. And on the note, talking about tender, she's equipped with a high field with a 60 horsepower Honda outboard. I think the cockpit on the Alegria 67 is probably best in class. I mean, the boats this competes against would be the Lagoon 65, the Sunreef 60, and I just think that this cockpit is really open and I just like the cockpit. I don't know what more to say than that. Over here, starboard aft, we've got a wet bar with some isotherm cold storage, as well as we also have an Eno plancha here in the wet bar module. Kind of quick pano through the space. We're going to go to the interior here in a moment, but I do love the zero threshold entryway, and I absolutely love how open it is when you look forward. I mean, it's a continuous flow from the cockpit into the salon up to the forward cockpit. A couple of stairs brings us up to the flybridge, which we've got a dual helm setup, all powered Antal winches, Garmin electronics package, and then a side power bow thruster as well. And you'll see there's just really good visibility looking forward on the boat. And I always love a good flybridge where the helm arrangement or the helm setup is separated from the guest space. It still allows the guests to be really actively involved in what's going on up here without being in the way necessarily. And then just after this U-shaped settee, we've got these 4 large day beds. And it's a perfect place to highlight the 5 solar panels that were done in France as part of the build. And then turning around, this is a great way to show the hardtop, which gives more than ample protection for the forward 2/3 of the flybridge. And then the last thing I want to point out before we make our way down is we have the bar module here with an ice maker, cold storage, as well as a wet bar underneath here. A couple of steps back down brings us to the cockpit again. And we're gonna go ahead and make our way to the interior. But before we do that, I'm just gonna point out there's also an ice maker here in the cockpit. Making our way into the salon on Liquid Sky. You can really see what I was mentioning a moment ago about how it just is a natural transition from the cockpit into the salon. This is a galley down, which I've not seen many Alegrias with the galley down. This is actually, I think, the first one I've seen in the flesh. And I love this utilization of space. I mean, it just makes the salon feel so much better. Over on the starboard side, we've got a table for interior dining. And then you'll also notice they've got these speaker pods up here on this side. I'm gonna do a quick zoom around. And then as well as over here. And then that little hole is a projector. And so they've got the provision to do movie night in the interior. I mean, doesn't get much better than that. Port forward, we have the wet bar, which makes drink service very, very easy. We've got the nav station here, which is a nice large forward nav station, which for a boat like this, having a good place for the captain to be able to do the administrative side of running a boat, it's absolutely perfect. And then the forward door that brings us out to the cockpit, which we've already seen. So we're gonna go down the port companionway first. And then we're gonna go port forward. So it's an athwartship queen size berth. They've got it set up for nighttime right now, you know, after they've done turn down service. And so this is what you could expect after a long day of being out on the water. And then forward of that, we have the ensuite head with a separate shower stall all the way forward. Midship, we've got the galley, which we're gonna just kind of stay here because meal food prep is going on. But you can see there's just a lot more counter space in here than you find in the galley up version of the Alegria. And then all the way through there is the crew cabin, which also converts in from bunks to a queen size berth as well. Thank you for letting us crash your galley. And then coming across the salon, we're gonna make our way into the owner's stateroom on board Liquid Sky. And first thing we're gonna go is aft. You'll see we've got a double basin sink, mirrors with storage behind them, tons of storage down below, shower on the outboard side. And then just after that, we have the actual head itself. And then a large athwartship berth, tons of storage here, television that pops out of there, and a bank of cabinets all the way forward, as well as access to the forward cockpit. So there you go, that's Liquid Sky. If you have any questions on the boat, leave a comment down below, shoot us an email, and as always, if you like what we have to say, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Thanks and have a good day.